Welcome back to Romney Stadium. Homecoming, a whiteout crowd here at Utah State, and the Aggies have a 20-7 halftime lead over UNLV. A lot of what we expected, Jay, in terms of the physical nature of this game. Utah State doing a good job in the second quarter breaking things open. UNLV got off to a good start.
Yeah, when you look at both these teams, they did what they wanted to do to start the game. What happened was Utah State was able to capitalize on the big plays. They both shut down the run, but the arm of Chucky Keaton is the difference in this game right now.
First half highlights.
When you look at these highlights, this is huge. You're going to see right here the rookie quarterback, Nick Sherry, the freshman, getting the ball out there to Max Johnson, getting the drive on, getting the first touchdown on the board was huge. But then here's Utah State coming back. Chucky getting to get that ball out to Taylor Vee, and I thought that was huge because that got points back on the board and made a big difference. And then right here, you look at Chuck getting the ball to Chuck Jacobs, making a big play, making up for his penalties he had, and that's a big difference because that play right there put him up.
Now, UNLV with a redshirt freshman quarterback, a lot of pressure on the kid, but Nick Sherry has done some things well for the Rebels.
Yeah, Nick Sherry is doing what he needs to get done to help this game, and when you look at how he did today, he's dropping back. He's throwing the ball very effective. When they're asking him to do it, he's able to do it. He's not making too many bad throws. Right here you can see as he gets the ball out there to Devontae Davis, doing a good job on this series in particular to move that ball down to get themselves in that scoring position.
On the other side of things, Utah State with Kerwin Williams, who may be the best running back in this conference. He is a do-everything guy. He's electric, and not just rushing the football.
Well, that's the thing about it. Kerwin Williams, we talked about it. When he gets the ball, he can take it to the house. And you're going to see right here as Kerwin Williams package, catching the ball, and watch what he does when he gets into space. He uses speed. He's not a very big guy, but because he has that top-end Olympic-type speed, he can get out on the outskirts. He can make plays happen when linebackers and him are in open space. He's going to beat the linebacker every time. And that's the big thing about it. As you watch this play right here that led to that field goal towards the end of the second half, this is a big play by Kerwin Williams, getting out in that open space, using his speed to get him down in field goal position. And as you look at the first half, they're pretty much balanced right here in this situation on time of possession. First downs leading the Aggies a little bit. But I want you to look at the yardage. Look at what Utah State is doing. That 304 yards is a big difference. That's what's overcome those penalties, 6 for 90 yards. I guarantee you Coach Anderson in this halftime is telling them, clean up the penalties. Let's continue to play consistently and strong, and we're going to get out of here with the win.
If not for that loss at Wisconsin. That was a 37-yard missed field goal by Josh Thompson. You could say easily, though, that UNLV could be in the same situation. They've had all 4 of their games coming into this one decided by single digits. And despite having a redshirt freshman quarterback, they're still in the hunt here. And they love his optimism. They like how he manages the game. And, I think the future pretty bright for this program when you consider that, that you get Tim Cornette back, Bradley Randall, your second-string running back, also back. A lot of young receivers. They're starting receivers are sophomores as well. So the future pretty bright for Bobby Howe.
Exactly. When you look at what he's trying to do with this program, a lot of people don't realize he was at Montana. And at Montana, they were a perennial powerhouse in the FCS. They ran the ball very effectively and passed when they needed to. And I think he's brought that mantra here to UNLV. And you can see just by the game management how they do it. Even when things seem bleak, they commit to the run. They're effective with the run, setting up the play action. And that's when Utah State had issue, because when they ran effectively, Utah State couldn't defend it, and that's when the play action started to happen.
The UNLV freshman record for passing in a season is 3,591 yards. And he has some gaudy numbers. He's over 1,000 yards already leading into conference season. And you don't ideally want to put that kind of pressure on a quarterback, but he seems to handle it pretty well.
Well, like you said, in our coaches' meeting, they talked about the fact that they put a lot of stuff on his plate and the kid can handle it. And so they don't want to overbear him with too much, but it seems every time they give him what he needs to know, he learns it, he goes out, and he executes it. And I think as he goes, this team will definitely win.
Well, it is not an easy road for the Rebels. They already have the 3 overtime loss at Minnesota. They had to play Washington State. They beat Air Force. But look at the slate coming up. Louisiana Tech, a bowl team from a year ago. That's in Ruston. We will see that game next week. And then you've got Boise State, a perennial power. San Diego State has been a bowl team of late. It's not easy sledding. So somewhere along the line, they're hoping to steal a few and get that the momentum rolling for this program.
And they definitely can. When you look at exactly how they've been playing, again, they're behind a little bit in this game. But that being said, this team is very functional, especially when you look at third quarter scoring. As they're coming out, they're scoring 21 points, and their opponents are only scoring 7. So if this team's going to make a move, we're going to start to see it right here at the beginning of this third quarter.
Utah State will get the football first. Chase Lansford, who doubles as their punter, will kick it away from the 35. Second quarter dominated by Utah State, up 13 as we start the third quarter. Jacobs, he won't be returning this one. They'll bring the touchback out to the 25-yard line. It was interesting seeing Keaton through the air because there's so much talk about the spread offense and the way they run it. But he can pick you apart in the passing game.
Well, and that's why he's gotten better this year. Offensive coordinator Matt Wells and the quarterback coach said that, he worked really hard this offseason on his feet and his arm motion. And you're seeing right now he's making better reads. He's zipping that ball out of there much quicker. So everything they're asking of Chucky to do, he is getting done right now. And I think that is huge because this offense and this team is becoming very, very explosive.
From the 25-yard line, the spread set, 3 receivers left for Keaton, and Williams, the handoff, fumbles the football, and the Rebels might have it. They say they've got it at the 22. A lot of red jerseys hopping around there, and they do have the football. So an early turnover to start this third quarter. Mark Garrick, the junior defensive tackle, with the recovery for UNLV. Big play here early.
See, Kerwin Williams gets the ball, but he never really gets it. Chucky's doing the old option. You got to let him get the ball. And because the defender got there, like you said, Mark Garrick, before he can complete that, that's how that turnover happened. Not a good start for Utah State right now.
The Rebels have it. Excellent field position at the 22. We're joined by Mountain West Commissioner Craig Thompson, sitting in here watching with us. And thanks for coming by, Craig. This UNLV team with a golden opportunity to open up this third quarter on a play fake. The pass by Sherry deflected and then caught out of the air at the 6-yard line. Hauled in by Tyler Bergston, the redshirt freshman tight end, and they have a 1st and goal. Craig, they've had a lot of bounces go against them the first 4 weeks, and they get a couple here to start up this third quarter. This is a good way for the Rebels to get things going here.
I was thinking the exact same thing, Trey, because I was at the Minnesota game, the triple overtime, and 100 plays they'd like to have back or replays, and this was one that went in their favor.
A great play by Bergston, the freshman from Phoenix, and now it's 1st and goal from the 6. They'll go a couple tight ends to the right this time. Handoff Cornett straight ahead. He's hit right at the line. Craig, I know you're excited. Utah State, San Jose State coming into your league. It's been a constant evolution for all conferences, but this is a proven program now with Gary Anderson at the head.
Well, in both ways, you're right. Gary Anderson, a great season coming off a bowl game. San Jose State wins again today at Navy. Good timing on both parts, them coming into the league and the league having 2 new members next year.
A lot of seasoned coaches. Gary Anderson, of course, knows the conference well from his time at Utah. 2nd and goal now. Outside the 5 with Cornett in the backfield. Handed off to Cornett. Trying to run behind, blocking, nothing there. White jerseys everywhere at the point of attack. Fili Oimatu on this tackle that time. This UNLV team with Bobby Howe, great tradition in Montana. He built that. I know he's trying to establish some things here. They love his physical brand there in Vegas.
Well, if he had played perhaps Sherry last year, they could have won 2 or 3 games last year, but he decided to redshirt him. He hadn't played for 18 months except these last 4 weeks, and I think he's going to be a fine quarterback for the Rebels.
What do you envision when you look at what you're trying to do now with the different teams coming in, the teams that are added with Nevada and Hawaii? Are you trying to create yourself a super conference there?
Sherry in trouble, and he has to get rid of the football. And fourth down coming up.
No, we're really not. In essence, we're repopulating a little bit. But, you know, look, Utah State's very interesting. 1902, 1904, 1912. Those are the 3 years the series started with Colorado State, Wyoming, and Nevada. So we're kind of going back full circle. And I think that we're going to have a regional league, a rivalry league, a lot of history against each other, familiarity. And that's a positive. You don't see that with everybody else. We're kind of going in the reverse trend of going back to people that we're used to playing and familiar with.
And they have that familiar tradition against Colorado State and Wyoming, right, in the past?
Yeah, you know, they've been playing almost 100 years. And so I think everybody in this league has played at least 20 games against each other, and some as many as 50. And so it's going to be good. I think it's a throwback. It's very reminiscent of 1999 when we started the Mountain West. Really didn't know what was going to happen, the expectations, but a lot of people knew each other well.
Nolan Cohorst with the field goal. Craig, it was short, but thank you so much for coming by. Best of luck to you as
good to see you guys.
The next
Thanks for
years.
being here. Thank you.
Craig Thompson, the Mountain West Commissioner, joining us here in Logan, Utah, as Utah State and San Jose State make the move to the Mountain West Conference next season. The Cohorst field goal draws the Rebels within 10. A Kerwin Williams fumble results in a UNLV field goal to open up this third quarter. 20-10 now, Utah State in front of the Rebels. Chase Lansford to kick it away. Bobby Houck getting a gift. They were not able to punch it into the end zone, but they did draw within 10. This has been their quarter. They have not been scored upon in the third quarter this season. Kickoff by Lansford. And a knee by Jacobs, and they'll come out to the 25-yard line. That's got to give them some confidence, getting a quick score and knowing their defense has stepped up thus far this season in this quarter.
Well, let's look what happened. They were driving down at the end of the second half, putting themselves in a situation to at least get 3, if not 7. The penalty by their young freshman, Ron Scoggins, left guard, pushed them back. They ended up with no points because of the turnover. So what do? They come out in the third quarter where they're dominant, where you're seeing Coach Hogue is able to make adjustment and changes. They go down, they create a turnover on the first series, get 3 points. We'll see if they're able to continue that momentum.
From the 25-yard line, Keaton has had a big game through the air. 242 yards, couple touchdown strikes. Going to put it in the air on first down. It's incomplete. He wanted his tight end, Tialavea, and that is the third pass that's been knocked down at the line of scrimmage, and that's the second time James Boyd got his hand on one.
James Boyd is a very athletic player, and when you watch what he's doing, when he's not able to get to the quarterback, look, he stops, he's reading him, goes for the high point. Everybody should learn that if you're a defensive lineman, a linebacker, if you can't get to the quarterback, you stop, you watch the eyes, you throw your arms and try to knock the ball down.
He knows something because he's a former quarterback, originally signed with USC, turned defensive end, probably knows a few of the tendencies. On second down, handoff Williams, breaks free, Kerwin Williams, open field. 40. And he's knocked down at the 38-yard line. Tackle made by Pennyvea.
Look at the run. I mentioned it before. You give Kerwin Williams 18 inches of daylight. He's going to take it. You can see right here, good blocking up front, ball off, and then Kerwin Williams does the rest. Good block downfield by Matt Austin right there. It's game-saving tackle by Pennyvea right there. Otherwise, that was 6.
38-yard pickup. He has 85 now on the ground, 73 receiving. Keaton setting up the screen. Williams cannot hang on to it that time. And it's second down and 10. Kenny Brown on the coverage.
These defenses are very fast, very quick. One way you try to negate that speed is screens and draws. But you can see that defense had snuffed that out. They were making a play on it.
Aggies trying to get the points back. They had a fumble by Williams that the Rebels cashed in for 3 points to open up this third quarter. But they're on the move now. Williams with the handoff. It's Hill actually on the carry to the near side. And they string him out in a short game, maybe a yard, and that's it. Great pursuit that time, and James Boyd was all over it.
Yeah, and Joe Hill right there did a nice little move, squeezing between 2 UNLV defenders there, trying to just get himself back to the line of scrimmage.
Hill has been a real surprise. A good change of pace guy after Williams. Good open field runner, sophomore from Fullerton, California. 3rd and 9. This time they're going to split out Hill. They'll go 3 receivers to the right. This is where Keaton can be tough in a scramble situation. They protect him. He rolls right, throws on the run, and it is almost intercepted, and it is picked off. Hodge kept his feet in bounds. What a play at the 5-yard line.
What a play indeed. Sidney Hodge, Chuck, you would love to have that ball back. It's a throw he should have never made. But watch Hodge, knowing where he is, puts his 2 big toes right on the sideline, catches that ball, and keeps those big toes in. That's exactly what you want to do as a DB to create a turnover. And that's a big turnover because they were moving down the field. The momentum was going there. To get that kind of turnover is a big plus for your offense.
They're going to review this one. Did he get 1 foot down? It appeared he did from the angle we had. The junior from Las Vegas, who is an All-Mountain West Conference candidate, 3-year starter. Here's a look on Hodge's play.
Look at him, the concentration. Puts his feet down first, catches the ball. Right there, it looks like they're down to me. Now, you got to remember, in order to overturn it, it has to be indisputable. And from the shot I just saw right there, I don't know if it's indisputable. Right there is a good shot.
Call is an interception.
You can see right there. Got the ball, feet are down. Great interception by Sidney Hodge right there.
Doesn't look like enough to overturn that call on the field.
Doesn't to me at all.
This guy wears number 36 because he wants to. The team has singled him out. The number 36 jersey, an important jersey at UNLV. They were the 36th state admitted to the union, so he's wearing that number 36, and that appears to just needs one, Jay.
Just need one in college, and I think he got both down there. The way he was limping, the concentration, holding those feet down on the ground as he makes catches. Look at it. He holds the ball all the way through. Ball never goes down to the ground. He picks it off. He puts the left arm down, holding the ball tucked away in his right arm. That's it. That's interception in my book. Not that I'm biased or anything towards the DB, but
no, you being a former corner,
yeah.
I mean, you're always leaning towards the defensive guys, right?
Yeah, just slightly. Only because the referee, the receivers push off so much.
They're still reviewing this one with the headset on at the 40-yard line. The lead official, Eddie Shelton, looking at the Sidney Hodge attempt at an interception, and we're going to get the call right now.
The ruling on the field of an interception stands. UNLV's ball.
It'll stand as a pick. The first of the season for Sidney Hodge, and Bobby Houck's team has come up with a couple turnovers here, trying to turn the tide.
Well, we talked about the fact that what this team's able to do in the third quarter, and I guarantee he went in there and chewed him a new one. They have to continue to stick with their game plan. Don't turn the ball off, play solid defense, and I think right now that's what they're doing.
Bradley Randall is the running back dotting the I here, in for Cornett. Randall hit, breaks a tackle, tries to get away from Brady and does. He's to the 20. Randall almost busts the thing the distance as he's caught from behind at the 29-yard line by Will Davis, the corner.
That's one of those situations when you're a small back, because he's only 5'7", and you're going to see as he goes up in this pile, it's hard for the defense to wrap up on him because he's so small. And right there, that was a good play. Travis McMillan tried to get it. He couldn't do it. Brady Randall did the rest. All he needed was one more block and he was to the house.
Big pickup of 23 yards. Now Sherry on play action, in trouble and sacked. Back at the 15, B.J. Larson, the junior, the local kid from Logan.
Good play by B.J. Larson. Making a play, putting pressure on the outside. They was trying to do a setup screen. He beats the left tackle, Cameron Jefferson, and gets the big sack, negating that big play.
First sack of the season for Larson. The fastest Aggie on that defensive front. Showing blitz on 2nd and long now. Sherry underneath and incomplete. Through the hands of his intended receiver, Caleb Herring, and now they're in some trouble. 3rd and 20 coming up.
That's one of those situations that now you have to be smart. You would like to get it all, but you can't. So give yourself a little bit more room. Your punter's been doing really well. See if you can pin Utah State back. See if your defense will come out and force a 3 and out.
Yeah, they will take some shots downfield. That's part of their offense. It's Sullivan and Davis, the primary targets this season. But the Aggies know they've got to throw the ball, and now a penalty flag and some motion.
False start. Offense, number 77.
False start.
Remains third down.
Right now, the young team is shooting themselves in the foot. They're taking the great momentum for what the defense is trying to do and pushing themselves backwards.
3rd and 25 from the 13. Sherry steps up, delivers a strike, a catch made well short of the first down. Does give him some breathing room as Caleb Herring hauls it in. Zach Vigil on the tackle, and it's time for the punt team.
And that's exactly what you need to do. Just get yourself some more yardage. Look to get a good punt, good coverage. See if your defense can come out again and cause a turnover.
So Lansford will have an opportunity, the Ray Guy Award candidate, senior. He has a long of 58. He hit a 66-yarder in junior college at Santa Ana. Would love to nail one of those here in the high altitude in Logan. Webb is back deep, bobbles the snap a little bit, gets a decent kick away. Webb's going to field it at the 33, and he's hammered right at the 33, and the ball did not come free, and it's amazing it didn't. Kenny Brown popped him.
That's one of those situations you have to be smarter coming up to catch the ball as a returner. He thinks he has space because he doesn't look and never sees Kenny Brown. And he comes in there. That is clearly a fumble. Luckily, it landed right in front of him where he was getting. Punt returners are always taught to take that last look before you catch the ball.
Kenny a little bit shaken up as he hit him low. Knocked it free for a moment, but Utah State will retain possession. 9:17 to go. Third quarter. It's the Aggies by 10. Utah State off to their best start since Jimmy Carter was in the White House. They lead UNLV 20-10 in the third quarter, trying to move the record to 4-1. They have the football at the 33 to start this series after the punt. Keaton will hand it off to Williams, and a couple yards, make it 3 up to the 36-yard line. Lotulelei was there again on the stop. Tough schedule. BYU, they try to get the wagon wheel back as they go to Provo. They won it 2 years ago against the Cougars, and then they get into WAC play. San Jose State may be a bowl team. It'll be a tough slate in the WAC as well. Catch made by Kellen Bartlett, and he's out of bounds at the 40. It sets up a 3rd down and 3 from there. Lotulelei on the tackle.
They have some tough games coming up when you think about these situations. You mentioned San Jose State and even Louisiana Tech. I mean, it's going to be some tough games, but Coach Anderson believes when he scheduled it, when they go to Wisconsin, go to Auburn, that they can travel and beat anybody.
Yeah, they almost pulled off a win. You mentioned it, 42-38 losers at Auburn, a game that they let get away in the late stages. They had several of those last year, finally righted the ship and went to a bowl game, winning 5 of their last 6. Here's Keaton, low throw and incomplete. Williams could not come up with that. That was thrown at his shoe tops, and it's 4th down.
Yeah, I would have liked to see Chucky climb the pocket a little bit. He had backed up. The pocket had opened up for him a little bit. So as a quarterback, and he's still learning, it would have been nice if he was shuffled forward a couple steps, and he wouldn't have been so hurried on that throw.
Not a good start to this third quarter for Utah State, and again, that UNLV D responding. They like this quarter.
They're fierce. This defense is, in my opinion, played tough the whole game. They've given up a couple big plays, but they played tough.
Bennett's punt fielded by Sullivan at the 13, and great pursuit, and he's dropped right there. 5 Aggies down there on the play. Javon Haston, a freshman from El Cajon, California, one of those. And the Rebels get it back now. So look at Marcus Sullivan. You know, you talk about their ability to run it, but they'd love to open up the passing game a little bit and get Sullivan involved. Sherry has a good arm.
He definitely has a good arm, and the play action is something that they would like to get more into this half. They have been doing it off and on, but I think the big thing they're going to need to do a little bit here is get back to running the ball a little bit more.
Randall remains on the field as the running back. Play action, pressure coming. Fackrell from the backside hits him, and he has to throw it away. Kyler Fackrell, the redshirt freshman from Mesa, had the target on the back of the quarterback there.
Yeah, I know everybody's saying, wait a minute, that's intentional grounding, but he's outside the pocket. You can see right here, he rolls outside the pocket, and now the ball is thrown, and as long as it passes the line of scrimmage, that's okay, it's allowed.
Fackrell is quite a presence. There's Fili Moiatu. He's 6'1", 258 at one outside linebacker. Fackrell 6'5", coming in on the blitz on the other side. Randall blocking in front, cuts it up across the 25 and a first down. Vigil with the hit, Brady as well over there, but a 10-yard pickup for Randall.
And you can see, stick with what got you here, the running game. Be patient with it. You've come this far. You don't want to put Nick Sherry in bad situations just like that when the defense can come and get after him. You can see right here, Brady Randall, nice small back, reads his blockers, finds the seam, gets up into the hole, gets the first down. That's what you want, running downhill.
He plays best against good competition, Randall, as he had 96 against Boise State last year. First down now at the 26-yard line. Randall again, breaking a tackle, and the little guy moves it up to the 33. They seem to be a step quicker. He's a step quicker.
He is
gives him a different rhythm out there.
Oh, most definitely. Zach Vigil missed him in the backfield, but that's what happens when you're a big linebacker. You know, he's 6'2", 228, coming in to try to get a 5'7", 195 guy. They're shifty. They're going to move around. It's hard for you to break down that position to get them. But you're seeing right now this 1-2 combination. This is what Coach Anderson talked about. He felt these two backs would be the best backs he's faced all season.
Randall had offers from Washington State, Boise State, New Mexico, chose to go to UNLV, gets his number called again, and straight ahead for a first down to up to the 37-yard line. It's the Bradley Randall show on this drive.
And right now, they're only down by 10. You want to eat up some clock. You want to drive down. You want to try to wear the defense down. Both of these teams are smash-mouth football. They do it differently, but they're all about playing tough, aggressive football at the line of scrimmage. And right now, you're seeing this UNLV team trying to establish their dominance in the third quarter on the line.
Randall a little bit gassed. He comes off the field. Tim Cornette is back in. Two tight ends, Phillips and Bergston. That's Max Johnson in motion, and they'll blow this play dead. Timeout called Utah State.
Timeout, Utah State. First charge timeout.
6:35 to go, and Bobby Hauck likes what he sees. They have dictated things here in the third quarter. Within 10, got a good ball game here in Logan. Temple near the campus of Utah State University. Midway through the third quarter, Aggies lead the Rebels by 10, but UNLV on the march thanks to the ground game. First down from the 37, it's Tim Cornette straight ahead, and he gets a couple yards up to the 39. Smash mouth football. Cornette a bigger back as Travis Seafelt, the redshirt freshman 300-pounder, tackles him.
And the thing about it is when you watch these plays and you think, oh, wow, they didn't get very much. It's about the drip. Think of a water drip. Just drip, 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 and eventually it busts open. And that's exactly how this running game is. They just keep pounding you on the drip, 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 and they're looking for eventually for you to wear down, and they're going to break that big one.
They've held Cornette in check for the most part, 13 carries, 29 yards. It's been Randall that has hurt the Aggies' defense. 2nd and 7. Sherry on the roll, and he throws it away. Now there's a play a lot of freshmen are not willing to make. Just live to play another down. Just get rid of it.
Exactly. He did the play action bootleg. Nothing was there. He went through his progression, first, second, third read. Nothing was there. What's the best move? Throw it away. Live for another down.
Fast learner. That's what has impressed Coach Howe with this kid. 3rd and 7. Sherry's 13 of 25, 140 yards, 47 yards, a touchdown and a pick. This is where the Aggies can dial up some pressure. And a penalty flag as the play clock runs out. And they get the timeout called first. It did not run out.
Timeout. UNLV, first charge timeout of the half. 30-second timeout.
So they used their first of 3 timeouts just before that play clock ran out. And they'll talk it over.
I always put those kind of situations on offensive coordinators because you have to know off your slate of plays that you want to call 3rd and long, 3rd and mid, 3rd and short. You need to get that play in quickly so that your quarterback can get up there. So I don't put that on the young quarterbacks. I always put that on the coaches because they have to get the play in.
Here's the offensive coordinator, Brent Myers, a wealth of experience. Coached under Dirk Cutter at Arizona State. First-year guy. On the staff with Gary Anderson and NAU. Let's see what they have dialed up here. 3rd and 7. Four receivers, 2 to each side. Now Sherry changing it up at the line. The Russian 3. Sherry rolling left again, throws on the run, and it's caught for the first down by Sullivan. It appeared that Phillips, the tight end, was the intended receiver, but it was Sullivan that hauls it in. Glover right on the tackle, first down.
Oh, you're looking at the arm of Nick Sherry. Look at the poise. Pressure comes, Bojay's there, he gets out the pocket. Look at the zip on that throw. Putting it right on the sideline where only his receiver can get the ball. Good catch by Marcus Sullivan helping the young quarterback out.
Sophomore from North Las Vegas, Nevada moves the chains, first down at the 44. And see how they shift formation. They will show a lot of different looks in that pro personnel. Handoff. It's an end around instead. Into the hands of Sullivan, and he's down to the 31-yard line. That's another Rebels first down. Lawson on the tackle. Great play fake to the running back.
Great play fake. Even better open field tackle by Nevin Lawson. If he doesn't make that play, UNLV is going to score a touchdown. Because they've been running the ball so effectively, and they've showed that reverse 5 times in this game, but they've never handed the ball off. In this situation, they do, and you can see it's wide open. If he is not blocked, if Lawson misses that, he's getting into the end zone.
That's the first carry by Sullivan all season. They break it out at the right time. Here's Randall straight ahead, and Randall knifes down to the 25. There's 6 yards, and that's a sign the line's doing their job. He's leaning forward and getting 4, 5, and 6 yards apart.
And the little back, think of Michael James from Oregon last year, now playing with the 49ers. When these little quick backs get behind a big offensive line, they're able to hide up behind them and pop out for 4 or 5 yards.
Sets up 4. Anthony Williams, the freshman, splitting the slot to the right. Sherry looking that way. He wants Williams for the pylon. Can't come up with it. Lawson was with him step for step. Well-conceived play, and they almost pulled it off.
And Nevin Lawson turned to look for the ball. That's why he did not get past interference in that situation. But nice throw by Nick Sherry, putting that ball over the corner. As a DB, that is one of the toughest balls to cover because the receiver can run away from you. He has so much field that you're constantly chasing him. So that's a tough play, but good throw by Nick Sherry to put that in the spot where his guy had a chance to make the play.
11th play of this drive. They've gone 60 yards. They've chewed over 8 minutes off the clock. 3rd down. They set up the screen. Sullivan. And that was read well by the Aggies. Vigil over there. Also the outside linebacker Thompson. And 3 late flags come in. Hang on. This has been a theme tonight.
Guys are playing well beyond the whistle. Not smart. They have to think about what they're doing in the position that they're in.
Nevin Lawson maybe the guilty party.
After the play, personal foul, defense, number 1. Half the distance to the goal, automatic first down.
Nevin Lawson, a costly one, half the distance. Keeps the drive going.
Coach Anderson is not going to be happy about this. Watching the left side of your screen there as the play progresses, there's a skirmish going over on the side that you can't see off your screen, and that's where the flag happens. He didn't like how he got cut blocked. I can tell you that right now. As a DB, I used to hate that all the time. And because of that, he retaliated, got the penalties.
7 penalties, 103 yards against the Aggies. That has kept the Rebels tight in this one. Here's Cornette straight ahead, trying to bounce off a tackler. Can't do it. He's dropped for a loss as Zach Vigil, the junior from Clearfield, Utah, blew that play up. Emotional, intense. He has been a real find.
Yeah, and this defense is really playing hard and aggressive. They're really trying to get after the ball carriers every time Cornette's touching the ball. They're trying to make sure 2 or 3 hats are on him.
There's Kyler Fackrell, who can be tough pass rushing off the edge. Here's another look.
Watch as he scoots. Gets bounced right here. 1 hat, 2 hats. They're going to make sure that he does not have a breakout game.
Now Sherry checking it up at the line of scrimmage on 2nd and 11. They'll slant it off the right side. Cornette trying to bounce to the outside. He does. Davis rides his back out of bounds near the 6-yard line.
Tough runner. These guys are 2 different styles. But like I said, if you don't wrap him up, he's going to try to get into the end zone. You have to come with a great form tackle like they did the play before. Otherwise, he's going to break arm tackles.
3rd down. The ball resting at the 7. They need to get it to the 3-yard line. 3rd and 4 right here. Randall back in at running back on 3rd and 4. Handoff straight ahead. Hit, leans forward, and it's going to be close. Maybe a little bit short as he knows the football inside the 4. Let's see where they spot it.
Randall's been the more effective runner in this game. Mainly, I think, because of his size, able to get under these linebackers. But look at the poise of Nick Sherry. He saw what the defense was doing, and he changed the play, and because he did that, they got the first down. And look at that right there. The speed and the power of Bradley Randall.
4th and a yard at the 4, and they're going to go here. They're set up to go for it. Straight ahead, quarterback keeper, and the ball's free. And the Aggies appear to have it. Hang on. We do not have a call on the field. False start prior to the snap on the Rebels. A penalty killing them right there.
That play was so intriguing. They had a check. Nick Sherry backed out, set something up, and then when he saw the defense wasn't sure, he went up to nudge the center to just do a quick quarterback sneak. And they just lucked up because of the indecision. See, he sees nobody over the center. He just nudges them. Let's go. And so, and in the process of doing that, he was trying to get the quick thing. Lucky for them, it was a false start.
26-yard attempt for Nolan Cohorst. He's hit in 24 in this 3rd quarter, trying to draw within 7. Low snap, good hold by Herring. He gets it down and the kick is through there. So the Rebels get a couple field goals here in the 3rd quarter. They had a couple opportunities to score touchdowns, but they are within 7.
Yes, and they have controlled this 3rd quarter from the very beginning. That very first snap from Utah State when they fumbled the ball. And you're going to look at the penalties that Utah State has done that has helped facilitate some of these drives. And it's just absolutely insane for Coach Anderson. Right there, you're looking at it. 7 penalties for 103 yards, just like you said earlier, Trey. And that's just huge because that helped some of these drives. But clearly, UNLV has dominated this 3rd quarter.
Well, and they only have 6 points to show for it, but when you go 15 plays and 76 yards in almost 7 minutes, that can really wear down a defense. They have, we talked about the physical nature. Both these teams want to establish the run. It's like a boxing match right now.
It is a boxing match, and I said at the beginning, the team that doesn't stop the run is going to lose this game because as you're seeing, the drip process, the pounding process, as we get into this 4th quarter, the defense that can withstand that is the team's going to win because both these teams are committed to running the ball, and apparently UNLV is a bit more committed than Utah State is.
They're winning the rushing battle, 116 yards to 101 thus far. Kickoff by Lansford, and Jacobs will take a knee, and the Aggies will start again at the 25-yard line. Now, if you're Utah State and Chucky Keaton, they're trying to get that momentum back. They have been in a funk here in the second half.
They've been in complete funk. A lot of it, I think, has to do with UNLV's defense, but the turnovers haven't helped them much at all. You add the penalties and the turnovers that Utah State's had to come out here in this second half. I mean, it makes a big difference in how the flow of the game goes.
Started with a fumble.
And you can see right here, the turnovers happened. This was the fumble that started the whole thing that led to the 3 points when Chucky Keaton put the ball in there and Kerwin Williams wasn't able to get it. And then the interception right here on the side. Those 2 plays were huge that stopped the momentum of Utah State.
And on first down, Kerwin Williams with the carry up to the 25-yard line. Not much available on that left side as we near the final minute here in the third quarter. What a game for Williams. The guy we highlighted in the open could be over 100 yards, both receiving and rushing by the time the night wraps up. Keaton hands it off to Williams and finds a seam this time up to the 32-yard line. 3rd and 3 coming up for the Aggies.
That's a situation offensive coordinator Matt Wells of Utah State likes to be in because it opens up his playbook. Says they try to get themselves in 3rd and mid and 3rd and short as much as possible.
Keep them guessing. Run or pass in that situation. Rebels showing blitz with Fili Moyatu and whistles and a penalty flag in the air.
Prior to the snap, false start, offense, number 91. 5-yard penalty, remains 3rd down.
That's Tialavea, the tight end. That's 8 penalties now, Jay.
Yeah, and they saw right there John Leotulele was starting to come up there, and they got a little nervous. You can't do that. You have to be smarter. Now you went from 3rd and short to 3rd and long.
3rd and 9 now back at the 27. Now your option's a little bit more limited. They'll go with a 4-receiver look. And whistles. And that will be the final play of this third quarter as they let the clock wind down. A 1-score game as we head to the fourth quarter in Logan. Gary Anderson in a dogfight now, outscored 6-0 in that third quarter. Sherry got a couple breaks early, and UNLV draws within 7, 1 quarter to go.